So, I want you to imagine something for a second. Picture a future where every single sport, no matter what planet it's on, is all connected, part of one massive, unified ecosystem. Today, we're diving deep into that exact idea, a blueprint for an interstellar sportsverse. But a vision this huge wasn't just born out of ambition.
No, it was born from a crisis. Things have gotten so bad that, as this quote puts it, the soul of the entire game is at stake. And it's that threat, that existential crisis, that's setting the stage for a complete revolution in how we see sports.
And look, this isn't just about one bad call in a game of asteroid dodgeball. We're talking about a total, systemic failure, an entire universe of sports that's just teetering on the edge of collapse. And the stakes? They couldn't be higher for every fan and every athlete out there.
When you really break it down, the old system is just fundamentally broken. We've got rampant cheating that nobody seems to be able to stop. We've got these shadowy governing bodies making decisions behind closed doors. You've got results that fans and even players just can't trust. And on top of all that, innovation is basically at a standstill. And the experience for you, the fan, is a fragmented mess. The main takeaway here is simple. The old way just isn't cutting it anymore.
But out of a crisis like this comes a really incredible opportunity. The Interstellar Federation is stepping up with a radical solution, a complete reimagining of what the Sportsverse could and, honestly, should be. They're calling it the Interstellar Decentralized Sportsverse, or IFDS for short. And the goal here is, well, it's massive. They want to bring every sport imaginable, from cosmic racing to something as wild as Orbital Quidditch, onto one single platform. A platform that's built from the ground up on fairness, transparency, and adaptability. Basically, a single source of truth for all of sports.
Okay, so how do you actually build something that ambitious? How do you make it real? Well, let's pop the hood and decode the technical architecture. We're going to look at the 3 core layers designed to bring this whole vision to life.
The whole thing really rests on 3 main pillars of technology. First, you've got the blockchain layer, which is all about trust and creating unbreakable rules. Then, you've got the AI layer, which is like the brain, handling all the intelligence and analysis. And finally, the front-end layer is how you and I actually get to see and interact with it all. Let's dig into each one.
First up is the blockchain. I want you to think of this as the brand new foundation for the entire sportsverse. It's built on Ethereum, and its whole job is to create a set of rules that are out in the open, permanent, and, this is the key part, can't be secretly changed by anyone. This is a direct shot at that crisis of corruption we were just talking about.
Now, what powers this layer are things called smart contracts. They're basically self-executing digital rulebooks. So you might have one contract that's in charge of tracking athlete stats, making sure every record is locked in forever. Another one could run entire leagues and tournaments with zero bias. There's even a kind of digital referee contract designed to sniff out and stop cheating before it can even happen.
And what's absolutely genius about this design is how modular it is. Seriously, think of it like building with Legos. You want to add a brand new sport? Easy. You just design the rules, you code a new little brick, a smart contract for it, and then you just plug it right into the main system. This means the IFDS can grow and adapt to any crazy new game the Galaxy comes up with.
But wait, you might be thinking, how does the blockchain know what's actually happening out there in the real world? Great question. That's where oracles come in. Think of them as super secure data bridges. They feed verifiable information, like a racer's telemetry data or the final score from an arena's own sensors, straight onto the chain. And because of that, every record, every stat, and every single victory becomes completely indisputable.
Okay, so if the blockchain is the rock-solid foundation of trust, then the AI layer? Well, that's the brains of the entire operation. This is where the whole system gets smart. It uses machine learning to do things like analyze player performance, come up with new strategies, and even detect clever new ways people might try to cheat.
So we've seen the how, we've seen the tech, but what does all of this mean for the actual games? Let's talk about the incredible outcomes this architecture unlocks, because it completely transforms the experience for athletes and for fans.
Just look at this comparison right here. The old static player card, that's gone. In its place, you get a dynamic, living profile that can track an athlete across every single sport they play. We're going from just basic stats to interactive holograms with real-time data that's being pulled directly from that permanent, unchangeable blockchain record. It's not an upgrade, it's a quantum leap. And that's really just the beginning. This architecture means the game itself can literally change. You could have an AI generate a brand new dynamic arena on the fly for a totally unique match. Fans get these incredible immersive holographic displays, and a single broadcast system means you could watch any sport you want from any corner of the Federation. It's wild.
But maybe the most exciting and kind of mind-bending part of all this is the rise of a totally new kind of competitor, adaptive AI agents. Now, these aren't just simple bots playing one game. No, these are AIs that are designed to learn, to adapt, and to master multiple sports, forcing human athletes to reach completely new levels of skill and strategy just to keep up.
So this all brings us to the future. And the next step in this whole project isn't just about rolling out a new software update. No, they're framing this as a high-stakes battle, a competition to define the very future of interstellar sports.
Here's the road ahead. You can see that throughout the year, they're putting all the foundational pieces in place. First, that modular contract system. Then the framework for those crazy AI agents. But it's all building towards one massive event in the fourth quarter, a hackathon that's being called the Battle for the Sportsverse's Future.
And I want to be clear, this is not just some friendly coding competition. It's being set up as a battleground where teams will go head-to-head to build the most innovative, the most fair, and the most engaging solutions on top of the IFDS platform. The winners, they don't just get a prize, they will literally forge the next generation of sports and champions right there in the code.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating final question to chew on. In a world where technology can guarantee a perfectly level playing field, where the rules are literally unbreakable and every single action is verified, what does it truly mean to be a champion anymore? What is left for the human spirit to prove? It's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.